Namaste and a very warm welcome to today's 20 minutes Mat Pilates class with Sandra from Leo Yoga Love. So today we will use no props, just your own body and your breath, of course. So you will connect the breath through inhaling through the nose, taking the hands to your rib cage. The fingertips are getting closer towards each other, and look at your feet or hip distance. So your hip is here and not your hip bones. Just remember this. So when you exhale out of the mouth, you feel that your belly is driving towards your spine and your fingertips are getting closer towards each other. One more inhale here, and let's take the arms up and over and feel this extension in your spine. Shift the shoulders really low, retract them, and on an exhale, you slowly pull the belly in and you will dive down forward for a standing roll down. From here, you take a breath, inhale, looking with your eyes towards the shin bones, and then roll up vertebra by vertebra, shifting the shoulders really low, neck, head, and then the arms coming up. One more inhale here. Feel this nice extension of your spine, and then pull that belly more in while you find this nice standing roll down here. We're once more keeping the crown of the head parallel to the mat and then rolling back up on your exhale breath. The belly goes more to the spine, shoulders low, and then one more exhale here. Last time. We dive down forward. We feel really this roundness in the lower spine and the lumbar spine. And then from here we curl back up, vertebra by vertebra, shifting the shoulders really low, and then come with a T-shaped arm to that standing position. We will take one palm down, this might be your right one, and then the opposite side, we will reach up and over for a nice side bend. You might look up, be in a frontal plane of motion, keep really the arms long, and find yourself walking even more down on that standing leg on your right side. Inhale back to center, shift the palms really, the thumbs to the back, and then on your next exhale, reach up and over, find this nice side bend. Don't shift the hips, don't wave, bring your weight to one other side, stay centered if you can, and then come back to center. Inhale. One more time, we go exhale, side bend, and we grow, and we want to grow to the side, and we want to breathe into that side rib cage, and we come back for standing. Inhale, and then one more time, exhale, side bend, open the sides, maybe looking more up with the head to stay in that frontal plane of motion, and then come back to center. We're doing it one more time. Find that side bend, reach up and over, feel the stretch in the side, looking up to the sky, and then one more back. Inhale, and then exhale, opposite side. Bring yourself for this nice side bend. Feel the stretch in the latissimus, in the QL, in that obliques, and then come back to center. Beautiful. We're taking the arms forward for a retracting and protracting of the scapulars. I will now shift myself to the side that you could see that I'm not bringing my shoulders in any elevation. I want to really keep my scapulars to the center line while I'm retracting, protracting. Inhale, fingers go forward with straight arms. Find your head and your spine long. One more time, we're retracting, pushing those scapulars to the center line, and then inhaling, protracting, and retracting. Good. Nice work. From here, let's get started in that back part of your mat. And one more time, find an inhale through your spine, coming in a back bend. And then exhale, pull that belly in. Roll your spine down, vertebra by vertebra. And then slowly from here, we will walk into a nice plank position. Hold here, and just let's get started today with 3 push-ups. Inhale, lift. Exhale, we lower. And one more time, we lower. And then we lift. Good. We're shifting us back to an up stretch. Find a beautiful, nice stretch. And from here, we're twisting the spine. And then find your opposite hand to that ankle. Breathe here into it. And then come back. Just change the side. Find that nice twist. Find those heels more to the mat. All toes are in the mat. One more time. From upstretch to this nice rotation of your spine. Upper body twists in a transverse plane of motion. And then one more time the other side. Find this nice twist. Hips should be even here. And then one more time, inhale, exhale, find that rotation, even more looking under this upper arm. And then one more time, back to center, twist, rotate. From here, slowly come back and bring your knees under your hips, hands under the shoulders, and from here keeping your spine in a neutral position. Try to draw these adductors, inner thighs, towards each other, and then from here we will start on an inhale into a leg and arm reaches. So push with that heel in a dorsiflexion to the back, lift that arm out of that shoulder joint, but not to the ear, the shoulder. From here, we lower and we lift. We lower and we lift. We inhale, we exhale, one breath per movement, and keep your lumbar spine really neutral. We do this for 4 more times. And one more time. From here, slowly release. Bring that knee under the hip, opposite side. Your weight stays centered. Bring me a dorsiflexion in the back foot. Lift out of the shoulder, neutral spine, belly goes in. Lower. I want to focus a lot on the breath today. Good. Also here for 4 more times. Last 2. Come a little bit more in extension with that arm. Good. And from here, bring it in. Good. We are getting toes are tucked under in the back. We're coming to a knee hover. So just stay here, holding those knees. Zip those heels in the back together to a V position. And then just open in a nice clamp those knees to the side while you're connected with those heels. Pull the belly more in, lift out of the shoulders. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to feet parallel. We're getting into a nice twist rotation. Hold here. And then maybe the bottom leg comes out. You want to touch it from the outside. And then slowly coming back onto all 4 quadruped. We are twisting. We are reaching with the leg high up. And then from here, quadruped. And again, we lift. We twist. We come back onto all 4s and then opposite side. Reach. Bring that leg closer towards you if you can. And then back. Hovering those knees over the mat. Good. We're going for 2 more here. Breathe and hold. Lift that leg. Inhale. Exhale. Twist. And then again. We lift. We twist. Back to center. Opposite side. Hold. Lift. And then again we go. One more time. Lift. And we come back to center. Hold it, hovering here. Hold it. Hold it. And then from here, shift the hands more forward. And then bring yourself to an up stretch. Find a nice stretch. From here, bring the knees to the mat. Over cross. And we are getting a little bit to center of our mat. Bringing those legs in flexion. Find yourself with a long spine. And then vertebra by vertebra, we will roll supine. From here, we will start bringing those legs in an exhale to tabletop. and hands behind the neck. We are getting to crisscross. So we'll twist the upper body to bended leg. We start exhaling. Inhale to center. Exhale, opposite side. Find even more rotation. Find those ribs to the hips in a diagonal line. Make that distance a little bit smaller. Good. And again, exhaling, hold, go higher with the chest, come to center. And again, we twist. We pull those ribs more into the hips. We are neutralizing the lumbar spine, and the tailbone is heavy on the mat. Control the leg, what is going straight out. Feel the connection here. And then again, we go for the last two. Exhale, rotate your spine, transverse plane of motion in your crisscross. And then one more time. And then back center. We are straightening the legs. We are getting into those scissoring legs. Arms up to 90, maybe holding on that ankle. And then we start scissoring with control of our hip. So we want to keep that lumbar pelvic still here, while we want to reach even with the chest higher towards those legs. Good, nearly there. We do this scissoring single leg straight stretch for the last very 3. 2 more. 1 more here. And then from here, bring those legs in. Good. We are getting a little bit into helicopter legs. So the hands can be on the side, a little bit wider. And then from here, you open back to scissor. You come to a big circle in and around and up. And then you close, opposite side. Open to scissor, make an opposite big circle around and up we go. And then change 1 more time. Do it the opposite side. Bring it in. And again, exhale, scissor. Find this nice rotation in your hips without moving those hip bones. Rotate. And then lift. And we go for 2 rounds here. Helicopter legs. And we go, we close. We open. And we circle around. And up. We close. Good. From here, we are getting into a roll over. So we're starting the legs on 45, connecting the lower spine. We are lifting the legs up. We go over, open and dorsiflexion, and then we curl vertebra by vertebra, the spine down. On 45 degrees, we close. And we go 1 more time. Exhale, lift, shoulder girdle is the load, and then curl the spine down. And then we circle back, 45 degrees. Lift up, inhale first. Exhale, lift up and over. Dorsiflexion the feet. And then from here, curl down, vertebra by vertebra. And then we're closing. Do this 1 more time. And again, inhale. Exhale, we lift from the lumbar spine to the shoulder girdle. And then we curl down, vertebra by vertebra. And then zip together. Let's do it 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, we lift. And then we open. And then we roll each of our spines, vertebrae, down to the mat. And we close it. We bend the knees in. From here, hands behind the knees. And let's go over a little rocking up. Hold like rolling like a ball. We want to lift. We want to round the spine to C-curve, holding the hands to that ankles. We want to roll back down and we want to lift up. And again, we're rolling to the shoulder girdle, not more. And then coming back into that same position. So the ankle of the legs should not change. Let's do it 1 more time. And sit. Good. Come down to the mat. Just open those legs in a diamond-shaped legs and just find a little stretch. Find first the lengthening in your spine and then round your spine and find just a nice stretch. And then we grow tall. Good. We're getting back to center of the mat. We are getting in a nice spine stretch. Dorsiflexion the feet. Find the stretch forward. And then from here, we grow tall. And again, we pull the belly in, we round the spine. We want to reach forward, upper arm next to the ears, and then we roll back up, sit tall. One more time, spine stretch forward. Find that belly really in, lumbar spine is rounded in neutral minimum, and then we grow tall. We are getting into a sitting saw. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, we twist, we dive down, forward, reach, 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 and then we grow up. Inhale to center. Opposite side. We want to twist. We want to come to lateral flexion with rotation even more, and then in that twist, we grow tall. Let's do this 2 more times. We want to reach forward, find that lateral spine, twist and rotation, lateral flexion. Yeah, that's the word. And we go exhaling, inhale, hold, exhale, grow, inhale, center. One more time each side. The spine loves that twist in a transverse plane of motion, and then lift up, center, and change. Good, here we go. Lift up, come back to center. Good. From here, we are getting into a nice hip twist. So we will do it modified here. Bring the elbows under the shoulder and lift on your next breath the legs to tabletop. So either you stay here in those knees and tabletop and twisting the lower body from the upper body in that hip twist. So the most important thing is stay open in your chest and your sternum and keep the lumbar spine really neutral or even rounded more, pull the belly more in. So if you arch the lower spine, bringing the legs to one side, you will not hold your powerhouse. So if we go further, we can extend those legs up in 12 o'clock, and then we bring those legs to the side. We will come to nice hip circles. Bring the legs around to the opposite side. Inhale, exhale, we reverse it. We are circling here those legs. In other direction, inhale back to start position. Exhale, we come over the hip twist to that nice circle, staying really upright and strong with the upper body. So the upper body stays parallel. And just from those hips, we are starting those nice circles. And you will feel a lot in your oblique slings. I know we will also feel the rectus abdominis in the oblique slings, of course. And you want to pull that belly even more in and not arching that lower spine. And again, we do 2 more rounds. Exhale in those hip circles. You can stay in your hip twist to the side if this is too much, and you might not hold the spine in neutral. And again, 1 more. Inhale, center. Exhale, we circle. Yes. And come back. Beautiful. Bend those legs. And then let's go a little bit into a nice tabletop position. Good. From here, we will lift the right leg to tabletop. We come to a leg lift and lower from a tabletop. The hip bones, the ASS bones are facing to the sky. From here, we feel a lot on the opposite hamstring and glute. We keep that tabletop, we lift. We circle. We're keeping that bended leg on the mat. Still, the hip on the same height. We will reverse that circle. We bring the leg in, around and up. We want to draw that nice circle to the universe. Hold it here and then bend it back. Opposite side. We are starting from that tabletop. Yes. Focusing on the hips. Ribs in to the hips. And then from here, straighten. We bring it in. Around and up for single leg circle. You can draw the circle smaller if the hip is not still. And again. And I'll bring it opposite. In. Around and up we go. In. Around and up we go. In. Around and up we go. And from here, last one. And we hold, we bend, we lower. We sit low. Good. We're going to side. From here, we will just bring the top foot in front and the bottom foot behind. Hand behind the neck, we go to a side bend over in our side plank. We will lift up here, open that arm, come to the side bend. From here, we will bend the knees in. We want to hug our rib cage. We want to twist the upper body again and come to that side bend stretch. And again, we want to bend the legs. We rotate and then we side bend. And again, we want to twist, bending those legs in. Lift up, side bend. Do it 2 more times. Twisting, rotating, bringing the upper body in a transverse plane of motion. And then again, side bend. And we lift and we hold. Good. From here, come to a seated position. In your Z seat, your mermaid. Find a counter pose stretch. Find a stretch in the QL, in your lat, and then back arms east and west. Now we will side bend in our mermaid and then lift back up through our obliques. And again, we do this 2 more times. Lift back up, grow tall, inhale, and 1 more time, side bend. And then from here, 1 more counter stretch. Find that opposite side, open the spine even more to that sky. Feel that wonderful stretch in the side. And then from here, we are just changing the legs. So remember, the top leg is above, the bottom foot is beneath, and that arm comes a little bit out of our shoulder. So we are here, we are side bending, and then from here, we want to bend the legs, we want to rotate, we want to hug ourselves under our rib cage, and we side bend, and then we twist. We want to rotate even more, we want to hug ourselves, and then we bend. Feel the nice stretch. Then again, exhale. We want to rotate more. And then we side bend, inhaling through the nose. And then we go 1 more exhale, rotate. Find yourself in that nice side bend stretch. Inhale. And then exhale, rotate. And 1 more time, reach up, hold here, and then come to your mermaid seated position, opposite side. Find first that counter stretch. Breathe into it, feel that nice stretch. And then arms east and west into your mermaid. Inhale. And then with that oblique slings, you lift up. And again, we side bend. And then lift back up. Grow tall. 1 more time, same amount then on the opposite side. And then we lift. Good work. From here, let's get into a nice extension. Let's find us on our proud pose. So elbows under the shoulder, legs are straight in the back. Activate your glutes, hamstring, belly to the spine, ribs are in. We want to extend into swan, and then we roll down the spine, also in brown. And again, extend, pull that belly more in, find that opening in the chest, and then curl down. Shift your shoulders really low. We do this 2 more times. Extend, and then slowly we lower. 1 more time. Good. From here, find your hands forward, and then feet are pressing to the mat. We are getting into swimming arms. Keep your spine neutral, still. Just the arms go for swimming today, while the hips stay even. The head is long. Elongation of your spine. Can you lift the arms higher maybe? Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, hands to the back. Just find a nice stretch in the shoulders. And then from here, hands under the shoulders. Tuck your toes over your resting pose. Breathe into it for 2 more. And then from here, tuck your back toes under. Find a nice stretch. And then slowly on 3, 1, 2, and 3. Hold here. Hang yourself out. Thank you so much for joining this 20 minutes Mat Pilates class with Sandra from the Yoga Lab. Have a wonderful day. Drink a lot